I'm Zoe Howard and I set up my marketing consultancy, Caxton Communications, about 2 years ago. I mainly work with small businesses in Cornwall, but also do some public sector work as well. So it's quite a variation to the types of work that I do, but it's largely strategic marketing that I'm involved with. And then when the Growth Hub got started last year, I registered and asked for some support because my business had got to the point where I wanted to move it on a step, and I felt that I needed some help to figure that out really. Okay, so I have worked in marketing and communications for about 20 years. I've always been an employee, often worked for quite big organisations, so most recently the NHS. I left the NHS in 2015 and initially thought about just going back into employment for another employer, but through conversations with friends and family, I thought that it would be worth giving it a go on my own, because people said to me that they felt I had, the right kind of skills and good experience and so on, and so I did, and it's been quite scary at times. But generally it's been really rewarding, really enjoyable, and I can't imagine ever going back to paid employment because I really value the freedom and autonomy that I have. And I think the sort of mixture of fear and excitement that you get from never quite knowing where your next pound is coming from is part of it. And over the 2 years I've been doing it, I've learned to accept that is the nature of running your own business. So I had a long conversation with Matt, and he sort of did an assessment of my business, I guess, and really concluded that I was at the stage at that time, so this was last year, where the business was almost at a sustainable point, but I needed a bit of help to move it on and to also boost my confidence as well at that point, because I think in my first year of business I'd done pretty well and I was pretty pleased with where I was going, but I'd kind of reached a bit of a sort of tipping point, I think, where I wasn't quite exactly sure where I was going to go next in terms of growing the business, but that's what I wanted to do. So I think that's why the Growth Hub was sort of perfect for me at the time really, because it obviously is about growth, and that's what I was looking to do. But I didn't quite know how to do it on my own. So Matt, once we had that conversation, he felt that coaching was going to be the best thing for me, just to help me explore my options really and figure out where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. And it has been really, really helpful. So I was referred to a coach with Oxford Innovations, and Paula, who was excellent. I had 12 hours of coaching with her, and we hit it off straight away, and she really got me. She really understood what I wanted to do with the business, and she had lots of relevant experience herself as well that she could bring into the conversation. She really helped to boost my confidence, and she pushed me as well a bit to kind of explore my options and to think about things, and it kept me moving forward. That was the big thing for me, to keep moving forward, and it giving me actions to do and targets to meet that were all my responsibility, but having somebody who was kind of checking in on me and making sure that I was still moving forward in ways that I wanted to was really, really helpful, and it made a huge difference to the next year of my business really, and in particular has impacted on the development of a new element of my business, which is the simple selling side of things. I would definitely recommend any business owner, a small business owner, at any stage probably in their business, where either they're just beginning and need some advice, or they're at the point that I was at where I sort of felt I'd stagnated a little bit maybe and needed some advice. I was aware that there is support out there, and it does make a huge difference, because it can be quite lonely. If you're a sole trader, as I am, it can be a lonely thing, and you don't quite know if you're doing the right things. So having somebody who can just reaffirm for you that yes, you're doing the right things, but how about trying this as well, and how about trying that? It does make a massive difference.